80 WDBO. John has been on hold, calling from Orlando. John's got something going on with his Hyundai Tucson. Go ahead, John.
Hi, this is John. I think you got the wrong car, though. I've got two cars, an old one and a new one, and I got questions on both. So the old one is a Dodge Durango 2000, which I bought new, and it's got 183,000 miles on it. Runs great, except the transmission, which I believe is the 46 RE, hesitates, and it doesn't shift into second until about 3,000 RPM. And I was just wondering if that's an adjustment or if my training's on its way out.
On that one there, that one's kind of a funny one. It's got an electric part in the transmission. It's called a governor pressure sensor. And that's what regulates fluid pressure at a certain shift, and that's when, those, when they start going bad, will cause these late shifts, or it may not even shift at all when they go bad. I would put a governor pressure sensor in it just to try it and see, probably drop the pan. It goes into the valve body, replace the governor pressure sensor, and then and fill it back up with fluid and see what happens. I mean, there could be in a vehicle that old, 23-year-old vehicle, anything's possible with the transmission. That's just that's kind of a given. But the most common thing that will cause that problem is that governor pressure switch. But I try that, fill it back up with fluid, and see what you got. That's the best advice on that one. Now, if that doesn't fix it, then of course, my next step would be to put a pressure gauge on the transmission and drive it, and see what I would be looking for is to see if I have a fluid pressure loss whenever we need to shift. If we've got a fluid pressure loss in there somewhere, then it could be one of the Teflon seals going to the stator part of the front pump. It could be a bad piston seal in one of the clutch drums. There's a lot of other things. It could be a servo for your band. You actually got a band in that transmission that could have an issue as well. So it would need a fluid pressure test after you've done the governor pressure switch, if you still had the problem. But there's probably a good 80% chance the governor pressure switch will take care of it on that transmission. So.
Okay. Yeah, I just had the filter changed, and I wished I'd had them do that then. But any chance it could be an adjustment? Because I think there is a band. Well, I think there's two bands, reverse and downshift. And then I've read about a throttle adjustment. So any chance it could be those two before I jump right into the...
I don't that your throttle adjustment, your throttle valve cable, only thing that's really doing is creating a downshift on that transmission. That's really all it does. It's not going to really have anything to do with an upshift. If you were to take that cable off, it really wouldn't make any difference on an upshift. So if it's got a delayed upshift, then I'm going to put my money on the governor pressure sensor. Yeah, that's the most common thing that'll cause that problem. So.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.